In this video, I'm going to be going over something that's slightly unusual, and if you read the title of this video, you already know what it is. And I'll start off with an idea that I learned from a guy called Professor Hines. I'll link his Instagram right here. And what he basically said is, you know how people generally consider 50mm and 85mm as portrait lenses, and if it's like a wide angle lens like the 16mm I'm using right now, it's considered a landscape or a cityscape lens. He basically pointed out how all these labels have just been given by people, and at the end of the day it's just a lens, and whatever you point it at, it takes a picture of. So why label the focal length, right? And with this idea, I'm gonna be going over why I use the Sony 70-200 as a street photography lens. Hey, how's it going everybody? My name is Jaden, and usually when I go out and do street photography, I like to have a few things in mind. One is the fact that you shouldn't linger on people, meaning that generally when people are walking out and about, no one really cares if you exist or not. Therefore, no one's really expecting you to pull out a camera and take a picture of them, right? So it's very important to take the shot like bam and leave. Because street photography is all about capturing people's expression and places as they are, So you don't want to hold up a camera to their face until they start becoming awkward and wonder what the hell's going on. And first of all, I don't use this lens in this form. I usually like to take the lens hood off because I don't want to look like a journalist or some really professional dude trying to point the camera at someone. A lot of street photographers like to use focal lengths like 30mm for their shots because they can get the subject as well as the environment in frame. But personally, for some reason, I really like tight focal lengths to zoom in on the people and isolate them and their expressions and so on. And that's one reason I use the 70-200, because I can capture all that detail by zooming in instead of being right up in their face. So basically what I'm trying to say is, this lens allows me to have distance between me and my subject, and most of the time it's like sniping someone. They basically don't know that I even exist. And in contrast to my first point, my second point is that I like to wait on someone until they notice me for a split second, because I find that when you take a picture of someone and they're not looking at the camera, it kind of appears a bit stalkerish, and it's much nicer when people are looking directly into the camera. Therefore, I like them to notice me for a split second, and as soon as they look at the camera or look towards me, I snap the picture. You see, in all these pictures, they're looking right at the camera, and none of these people actually had a problem with me, or no one said anything. They just minded their own business afterwards. Most people don't really care if you take a picture of them or not, because I've taken pictures of hundreds of people in Sheffield, and literally either no one's cared, they'll glance at me for a second and just go about their life, or they'll actually stop and pose or something with their thumbs up or a peace sign, and stuff like that actually makes my day. So if you aren't really intruding someone's life or right up in their face trying to take a picture of them, most people don't really care. And my third point is basically the compression this lens gives me. What compression basically is that if you imagine your environment as planes, it basically makes your background feel a lot closer than it actually is. You know how some mirrors say objects appear closer than they actually are? That's sort of what's happening. It basically takes all the planes of your image and squeezes it all together. And I personally love that effect. The version of the lens I have is the f4 version. You can spend twice the money and get the f2.8 version, but personally, the only thing I was concerned about, other than the low light performance, which I didn't really care about much, was how much bokeh I got. And if you're ever considering buying this lens, trust me, just go for the f4 version and save $1,000, because the compression more than makes up for the lack of a fast aperture. And trust me, f4 isn't slow either, it's quite good. If you're buying this lens, f4 version it is. And the quality that comes out of this lens is absolutely fantastic. For a zoom lens, it's extra sharp. It's so sharp. Initially when I bought it, I didn't think I was gonna like it this much, but right now it is my favorite lens. And if you're looking for a telephoto lens that you can use like in a day-to-day situation, trust me, this is it. All that said, it's kind of late and I'm really sleepy, so I'm gonna get to bed. If you like this video, be sure to hit that thumbs up button, subscribe and all that other shit. Be sure to check me out on Instagram, and I'll see you guys in the next one.